Hey guys, and welcome to another video. So this is after the international break and after the Spurs game, which I have a brief review about. So yesterday, 1-1 draw with Wolves. We went ahead through Dendonka own goal, and then we conceded in the 95th minute. Jota scored for them. Very hard to take. Should have got the 3 points. Only come away with the 1. So yeah, as per usual, reviewing the game, give my views on it. But yeah, 2 points dropped for sure. So yeah, I just want to go through the Spurs game. I didn't go to it. In the end, I'm pretty glad I didn't, to be fair. But honestly, watching back the goals, it was just absolutely shocking defending from us. Tottenham did play well, so credit to Spurs. They did. They turned up on the day. They don't always. They lost to Leicester yesterday, so there you go. VAR went against them for once. Anyway, that's another story. So yeah, basically, it was poor defending. Sacco came back in that game. He looked very short of match fitness in that game. Cross came in and it went over his head, misjudged. And then the ball over the top exposes his lack of pace. Then yeah, he didn't really have the best of games, Sacco, unfortunately. But I can't get too angry with things. He has done a lot for us, since he has joined us. But he does always have those moments where you think, oh my God, what the hell? But at the end of the day, those aren't the games you're going to expect to get the points out of. Not every now and then. We do upset the big teams. Since we have come up, we do upset them. Unfortunately, we couldn't against Tottenham. Van Aanholt as well, scoring an own goal. A lot of fans on social media sort of getting annoyed with him now, but that is what we've come to expect from Van Aanholt now. He can sometimes have a worldie of a game, look great going forward, look good defensively, and in some games he have an absolute shocker. And it wasn't an absolute shocker, but yeah, he didn't play very well against Tottenham at all. And yeah, the final one, Guaita beating at his near post. When you see the ball that comes in, okay, yes, Sacco, I think it was Ward, misjudged it, and it was a great finish on the volley, but it was at the near post. People say keepers shouldn't get beat at the near post, so you've got to be looking at that. But I think if you look at the sheer pace of the shot from Son, then you can't really. Is he at fault? Is he? You can say maybe yes. But I think it was too good a finish to, say Gator was at fault for that. Anyway, going into yesterday's game against Wolves, I was quietly confident that we could beat them, because I think they're sort of struggling. I think, as I mentioned in the previous video, they're struggling to adjust sort of the Europa League and Premier League demands. Playing on a Thursday night, playing on a Sunday. Excuse me, playing on a Sunday. It is hard, there's been a lot of changes coming in. But, the manager, hasn't said that, Wolves, and using that as an excuse, they are rotating a lot. But I thought, we're fresh, we've had the international break, we've had the whole week after the Tottenham game, to work on everything. We should be fresher. I think we can do it, and, Ayu's been in good form. Again, Zaha, which I'll get into later in the video, he had a point to prove after his statement coming out about, the team needs to start working for me, I can't work every position. So, to come out and criticise your teammates in the press, you don't do that. But he had a lot to prove after that. And yeah, so Hodgson, he did set us up, I think, too defensively. I agree playing Milivojevic and Kouyaté together, but having MacArthur there as well. Now, I'm not criticising MacArthur because he's a good player for us, but playing all three of them, it just doesn't make sense. And then you sort of have Slup on the left side, and then you've got Zaha on the other side, but it just doesn't make sense. Why play three? It didn't, it just doesn't mean you play attacking. It just looks like you're going to play holding the whole match, and it's what happened in the first half. We didn't test Patricio once, properly, make him make a good save in the first half at all. Wolves, it should have been 1-0, to them going into half time. Guaita did a really good save, you know, in the first. How he got to that, I don't know, but he should have been 1-0, and they were the better side. The manager said it in the post-match interview, like he said, we should have gone in the lead in half-time. And they did. They controlled the first half, and you know, we were lucky, I think, to go in at 0-0. Anyway, we went into the second half. We came out all guns blazing. You know, we all over them, and then a great build-up play between Slip and Kouyaté. Got the ball back to Ward. Great shot just outside the box. Took a deflection of Dean Donker, and then wrong foot Patricio and in. Great start to the half. And you know, we were pushing on from there. But then the thing that changed the game. So Saiss for Wolves got sent off. Another player gets sent off for fouling Zaha. And that's where I think it went downhill for us from then. Because we were pushing to get that second goal. Do you really need to against 10 men? All you need to do is just, you know, work, you know, go side to side, you know, pull them that way, pull them the other way. You know, just work the extra space that's created by the sending off. You know, and obviously you're going to get the chance because they're going to think, oh, we've got 10 men, let's just go for it. And they leave spaces at the back, which they did. But then that shows why in January, as I've said so many times since I've started this YouTube thing, we need a striker that can score. You know, Ayew is doing well and he is getting a few goals. No problem with Ayew. You know, he has proved me wrong and he is doing well for us. But it's the other side. You know, if we're going to play two strikers or whatever, or if Ayew gets injured, the striker that comes in. Benteke cannot finish. He is absolutely shocking. Like, I don't know what's happened to him. Like, honestly, when he came into us from Liverpool and he scored 17 goals in his first year, it was like, wow, what a great signing we've done, you know. But then it's just gradually got worse, you know. He just, I don't know if his confidence or I just don't know. He just seems like he's just completely lost it in front of goal. Like, he had 2 opportunities, should have scored both. Back in the day, you know, in the first season, he would have scored both. But, you know, just lacked conviction, lacked the power when he shot the ball and straight at Patricio. You know, if that had gone in, we would have won. We would have won that game easily. And then Sloop, it was about 5 minutes till they scored their goal. He had a one-on-one pretty much, and again straight at the keeper. You know, you can say fair play to Patricio. You know, he made himself big. You know, he blocked it hard. You know, but at the end of the day, he should be finishing that. And it's no excuse. You know, and at the end of the day, I look at our bench, and you know, yesterday we had Meyer on there, Townsend, but the substitutions are too like for like. Like, Ayew was playing well in that game, and to take him off and bring Benteke on, who offers absolutely nothing, and I think shouldn't be coming on anymore. I know we haven't really got anyone to come on striker-wise now if we don't bring him on, or in the reserves. I won't even get on to Wickham, but you know, he shouldn't be coming on, and it's too like for like. What's the point? Okay, if you're going to bring him on, then why aren't we doing loads of crosses? We're not. Benteke's not making any runs in the box, so we end up playing through the middle. You know, Zaha sees there's no one in there, tries to beat them and do it himself, or you know, pass it outside the penalty area and we go through the middle. You know, what is the point? And then bringing on McCarthy for MacArthur, it's too like for like. And McCarthy didn't even do anything when he came on. So what is the point? You know, we really need to look at reinforcements for January. You know, it really is getting to the stage where, you know, it's going to get to the point we're just not going to finish, and then the team will go out the other end and score, which happened yesterday, but obviously it was a draw and thankfully not a defeat. But honestly, we've just got nothing there in the strike force if Ayew's not there, or Zaha or whatever. You know, we got Wickham who keeps coming back and then getting injured, you know, out for 6 months, and he's putting on his Instagram about he's in Barbados with his girlfriend. You know, that's just not helpful. You know, sell him, get the money. If there's a youngster in the ranks that, you know, is doing well, promote him. You know, you've seen Greenwood for Manchester United. You know, you've seen Brewster coming up for Liverpool. You've seen Abraham for Chelsea. You know, there's youngsters there that can do it. You know, why can't a Palace youngster come up and do it. We've got the talent. Our academy's well run. We've got the talent that can come up. Surely, like get Benteke out. Get Wickham out or keep him, whatever, and keep Ayew there. Have Zaha play striker every now and then, and bring someone else in and get a youngster up. We can, we need to get that firepower in front of goal, or we're at risk of getting relegated. I don't think we're going to this season, and I hope not. But honestly, if the amount of times already this season we should have been like 3-4-0 up, whatever, against Aston Villa, and now against Wolves, and and then we've almost conceded against Aston Villa with obviously that Grealish thing, but almost conceded against Villa, nearly dropped 2 points there, and just dropped 2 points yesterday again. It's just incredibly frustrating. I know it's been a good start to the season anyway. 7 points after 6 games for us is a good start. We've had worse starts, but at the end of the day, we should be in the top 4, because we should have taken the 3 points yesterday. We should have beat Everton at home, and who knows. Obviously, I'm not expecting to be up in that top Champions League, Europa League place yet, but that's where we should be if we take the points from the game, and that is what is frustrating. Going into the point about Zaha, as I said, he came out in a week and was just like, oh yeah, I can't play in every position. My teammates need to do more. You just don't do that. It's a no, in my opinion. You don't come out and criticise your teammates in the press. It's just going to create bad team morale. The teammates going to be like, what the hell? Why not just speak at the training ground? Keep it behind closed doors. That's where I think in January, I think Zaha is going to come out again and go, oh, my desire is I really want to play for Champions League club, and I think he's going to go. And that's where it does leave us short, if he does, obviously. Have we got the firepower to stay up if he goes? I don't know. And that's where hopefully Parish and Freeman, they're looking, at people already to come in for January, if he does potentially go. But, he wants a, say, top 6 squad. Obviously, there's about Everton, but as I said, Everton aren't in Europe, so if he wants to play in Europe, it makes no sense to go there. No offence to Everton, but they're not in Europe. Man United, okay, he could go there. He could prove himself again after that, whatever happened with Moyes, allegations that they, had sex with Moyes' daughter and all that stuff. Can he really go there and prove himself again? Maybe, they're not doing very well at the moment, maybe he can. They are in Europe, albeit the Europa League. Chelsea, I don't think he'd fit in there. They've got good wingers anyway. Don't think he would fit in there. Tottenham, now Pochettino has come out and he wants Zaha, but at the end of the day, Daniel Levy, he's a tough negotiator. We want 80 million for him. Levy's not going to pay that. And with his wages, and is he actually going to play for Tottenham? You got Lamella, in that position, Son, so would he fit in there? I don't think so. Man City, Pep has said that he likes Zaha a lot, but at the end of the day, you got Mahrez and Sane. I'm sorry, but they are better than Zaha, 100%. Arsenal, he's come out and said he supports them, but obviously, mind you, actually with their budget, half the things they say aren't true, so they could probably afford Zaha, probably do that paying in instalments thing, but then you got Pepe in that position, or so I don't know how it's going to work, but it'd be interesting. I hope that he does stay for the whole season, and we can sort of review it at the end of the season. If he goes, he goes. Then we've got the whole season, hopefully they are looking, but then we've got the whole season to get a reinforcement in. Hopefully a youngster comes in and, we go from there. Also, as I was mentioned about when I was doing a brief Tottenham review about Van Aanholt. So, a lot of fans are mixed about Van Aanholt. They want him dropped. They say he's useless. Some say he's really good. I think yesterday he had a mixed game, to be fair. Going forward, he wasn't very good at all. Like every little cross he did, when he should have put it in the air, he put it on the floor. When he should have put a pacey ball into the box, he didn't. He passed back. He passed into the middle. It just doesn't. He didn't have his best game going forward. Defensively, I thought he was okay up to Wolves scoring their goal, where he was just literally. It's like, okay, Traore, you have all the space you want, mate. Go on, get a crossing. And he did, and then they score. Obviously, it was Ward's fault. Ward slipped over. If he hadn't, he would have cleared it. And then obviously, from the forward turn point of view, Zaha should have ran it into the corner instead of trying a Cruyff turn or whatever the hell he was trying. Then he got tackled. Benteke then decided, oh yeah, I'm going to half-heartedly go in, appeal for a foul, and then just sit on the floor with my arms up. Get up, it wasn't a foul. And, they go forward. As I said, Van Aanholt ball watching. And Ward slipped over, which is a shame for Ward. Apart from that, he did have a good game. But, that is football at the end of the day. That's why we love it. That's why it is such a game of emotions, But yeah, it is disappointing to throw the 3 points away. But at least we got a point. That's all the only positive I can take. I really thought Wolves were there for the taking after, their Europa League game where they lost, and they're sort of struggling with the balance of it. I really thought we could get the 3 points. But anyway, we live and learn. I'm sure we'll see, on the social medias, all the we go again crap that all the teams do. But yeah, we go again against Norwich on Saturday. There's going to be a hard game. Because, Norwich did beat Man City, but then they looked pretty poor against Burnley on Saturday. But I really think we can, if we set up right, I think we can beat Norwich. Because they attack, their full-backs come forward, leave gaps. If we play the same formation, so if we have MacArthur, Luca and Koyate all in the same team, I think we could potentially lose it. Because I think it's just too defensive and we have no attacking threat. Then Zaha gets frustrated and plays crap because he gets annoyed. Slook can't have the same drive as he usually gets. It's just not going to be positive. I think play Townsend, and that gives us more forward threat. When their two fullbacks come through, we can attack them with the pace we got there. Maybe bring Meyer in, for that forward, attacking threat. But then again, you've got Koyate who can do that, defensive and forward. And so yeah, I think it's tough to call at the moment because I really don't know with the way, we're setting up. But it is tough to say. I hope we can win, but it is going to be a tough game. Nevertheless, we've got a tough few games after that as well. We've got West Ham away, and then we've got Man City at home. We just spanked Watford 8-0. So, but it is at our place, so hopefully it should be a little bit tighter. In that aspect. But yeah, interesting game will be against Norwich. Obviously, from a people point of view of where they think we're going to finish, they're calling this probably a 6-pointer already. But no, we should be beating Norwich. But obviously, it's tough to tell with their topsy-turvy result. Obviously, as I said, beating Man City where they looked really good going forward. But obviously, they did look open at the back, like City did open them a lot. And then against Burnley, they look average. They look like a Championship team. A lot of people thought they were, but they still did have the chances. But I thought Burnley schooled them. To be fair, they showed them that's what the Premier League is, And so yeah, it is going to be interesting. But yeah, it is frustrating, as I said, to drop 2 points. But at the end of the day, last season, Wolves were on it, and I would have taken a point. But after what happened in the game, I think, we deserved the 3 points. But anyway, we got a point, and that's the main thing. We didn't lose. I just want to finish the video of sort of saying that where, as a Palace fan, do we want to be? Because there was a mixture at the end of full time of boos and a few applause, which is sort of general in football nowadays. You get a mixture of fans. We've sort of been in the Premier League 6 seasons now. You can say we're an established side now. You look at our team, and I'd say it's a team good to be pushing on to top half. But what I would hope is that, push for top half and try and win one of the cups. It is hard because the big teams obviously want to do the double, or some no, they're not going to win the league, so so they want to go for the cups. But I think that's what we've got to do, because I think I'd love to get into Europe. Obviously, as a Palace fan, I'd love to. Obviously, Champions League's unrealistic. We're never going to get into that with the money nowadays and the football, especially for the big six, you can call it, whatever. But I think Europa League is an aim for us over the next few seasons. Hopefully this season, but I doubt it. West Ham are very strong. You got, can you say Everton are there? Maybe. You got Leicester, who look very good this season. So it's going to be hard. But I think, as a Palace fan, I'd say top half. And when the FA Cup starts for us in January, I think go for that. Because at the end of the day, we're not going to be a team that's going to be pushing for the title, obviously. But we want to be up. We want to be in the top half. We shouldn't be thinking about, I'll get to 38, 40 points every season and we're safe. Then we'll look where we are. We shouldn't be thinking of that. We should be pushing for the top half. I'm sorry now, but the team is good enough. We need a few obviously reinforcements, as I mentioned earlier in the video. But we're established now. We should be pushing for that top half. But if any Palace fans are watching this, where do you think we should be now? Do you think we should be in top half pushing for cups, or do you think we're still that avoiding relegation every season? Do you think we're still that club? Be interested to hear any views if you do stumble over this video from Palace fans. And yeah, so next game, Norwich at home. I am going to West Ham away, so we'll be doing a video for that as well. So yeah, as I said, disappointing result, but a point. We're on 7 points now. And yeah, next home game against Norwich. See how that goes. Hopefully you win. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. Please like, subscribe. And yeah, I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.